2024 Vuelta España, 194 kilometers to here in our REM. And well, this is how cycling is a lot of the times. Slow, 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 snoozer all day, and then in the final, explosive crashes and a thrilling final. And that produced stage winner Kaden Groves in a 2-up sprint, beating out Wout van Aert, and in third place, Corbin Strong from Israel Premier Tech. Now, Wout van Aert picking up second place with the bonuses is our new race leader. And yes, that means after a short, not even 24-hour period, because yesterday's stage one, the TT, ended late at night there on the coast. We're here in Portugal. We're spending 3 days in Portugal before the race heads to his home country for stage 4. After a short little period, Brandon McNulty is out of the red jersey. At least he was able to celebrate over the 194 kilometers today in that red jersey before handing it over to Wout van Aert of Visma bike. The Belgian would have wanted a stage win, but that's just how it goes. And he said chapeau to Kaden Groves for pulling off the win. And Kaden, well, it's been a while since we've seen you on top. And as he pointed out to us, it had been since Madrid last year in the Vuelta España. And this is going to be a swan song performance for him at Alpecin de Koenig, because at the end of the year, he's set to switch teams. We think he's going to Bahrain victorious, but nothing's official yet. Now let's roll it back to the start. On the stage, we had two riders going from kilometer zero. One of our favorites in the bunch, Luis Angel Mate, who's riding in his last Vuelta España. He's riding for Escutati Escutel in the orange colors, and then a Kern Farmer rider, Iban Ruz. Those two riders, they got a maximum of 5 minutes at one point, and the virtual GC was over on their shoulders, but that wasn't to be, because back in the back, Visma bike was riding strong all day to protect their potential GC winner and winner of the overall last year, American from Durango, Colorado, Sepp Kuss, riding on the front, protecting him, also thinking ahead to the sprint finish for a sprint win for Wout van Aert. Despite all this, one of the riders goes down. I think it was in the feed zone, but unfortunately it was Dylan van Baarle hitting the deck. We think he injured his hip, because we talked to Eduardo Affini at the finish, and Affini said that he was complaining a little bit about that initially. Well, after a little bit, he abandoned the race, unable to continue. Both Affini and Van Aert said it's a big blow to the team, and we already saw it in the final when Dylan van Baarle would have been helping with the lead out with Affini for Wout van Aert, and Sepp Kuss will need Dylan van Baarle, or would have needed him up in the next 3 weeks to come for the GC battle. Unfortunately, he'll have to do without. And they're now down to 7 men overall in the Visma bike team, the team that won all 3 Grand Tours last year. A couple other crashes of note on the stage, and a stage that was slow, 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 a categorized 4 climb near the beginning, categorized 4 climb near the end. And after that categorized 4 climb, I think it was, or right before, Vacek, the guy who yesterday, the Czech rider who surprised us all with his TT performance and then ended up second on the stage right behind Brandon McNulty, 2.5 seconds back on the stage, so close in the time trial. Well, he hits a fan or something and starts yelling at the fan after getting back up on his bike, clearly frustrated in the white jersey. Had to work really hard to get back in the bunch in time to get a shot for the sprint victory or some bonus seconds to get the red leader's jersey. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it today, but he did get back up with the bunch. Now, the bunch also saw some more casualties around 1.9 kilometers out, and at this point, things were really heating up. The GC teams, they were working at least until the 4 kilometer to go, because that's when there was the 4 kilometer rule. At that point, all the GC times would stay the same if there was an incident. Red Bull for Hansgrohe was really working strong for its GC leader and 3-time winner in the Vuelta España, and here to win, hopefully, his 4th Vuelta España, Primoz Roglic, working strong on the front. Visma bike up there doing their things, also setting up for Wout van Aert. But then we see this crash over on the left-hand side. We see a lot of DSM riders in there. Max Poole's in there. Jonathan Narvaez is in that crash, and also Josh Tarling, who was out there fighting yesterday in the TT. He's from Team Ineos Grenadiers. Those riders come down. All the other riders made their way through, and people were focused on the sprint. Slightly uphill really suited Wout van Aert. and it's a sprint that really suits Kaden Groves. He has these massive muscular thighs, powering his way up to the finish line for Alpecin de Koenig. Wout van Aert had to start a sprint early after Eduardo Fini did the lead out, and Kaden Groves, the Australian, said hats off to Affini, the Italian who did the lead out, because he was short on men there for the final. Did the lead out. Wout van Aert punched out perhaps a little bit early. I think it was 200 meters to go, but Kaden Groves finishes off. Wout van Aert picks up the red jersey. Brandon McNulty falls down one spot, and Matthias Vacek, saving his day, is third overall now. And Stefan Kung, who picked up the points at the second KOM, he is the KOM leader, sets fourth overall, the big time trial rouleur rider. Well, he's fourth overall with that KOM jersey at the end of the day, and an exciting day at the Vuelta España. Despite a boring lead up to get this point, we saw a huge punch to the line. Wout van Aert is here for business. He's only halfway there for his goal. He's in the red jersey, but he wants a stage win, and tomorrow he may get his chance. But tonight, after nearly 1 year since back in Madrid, is Kaden Groves on top, stage 2 in the Vuelta España.